We bevinden ons vandaag in Londen. We zijn hier om StarHawk te bekijken. Dat is het officiële vervolg op WarHawk. Dat spel van enkele jaren geleden dat je alleen online kon spelen. Nu is er ook een singleplayer en een multiplayer natuurlijk. En die hebben we daarnet getest. It's been a long time since WarHawk, so what has happened since?
A lot. We formed a new studio in Austin, Texas, in the U.S. Started with a small group of people, about 13. Just over the course of a year, grew to about 44 people. We've been developing what we're kind of calling the spiritual successor to WarHawk, which is StarHawk, which we unveiled to you guys today. It's got a great solo campaign, even improved multiplayer, and a really unique feature which we're really excited about called Build and Battle. We like to say that building structures and using Build and Battle in StarHawk is just as easy as pulling the trigger and collecting ammo. For example, the currency, the economy of our game is Rift Energy. If I go out and destroy a building or destroy a vehicle or kill an AI unit, he drops Rift Energy. I collect it, and then I can use Rift Energy to build other structures. And that's it. You kill to build and build to kill. It's a very, very simple economic loop, and it's very streamlined.
Why do you want to have a single player? Is it absolutely necessary to have a success game, a AAA game in stores?
I think to some degree, yeah. I think we were very fortunate with WarHawk that we had a really fun, fast-paced kind of arcadey game recipe, and players loved it. And so that product was successful for us. But you can't help but want to give players an offline experience, a solo campaign, for a couple reasons. One, I think it helps cement the universe for the players to get them to understand it and be part of it. It also gives players the ability to get familiar with controls and the game's core systems. And I think that was something that WarHawk struggled with a little bit because it was just multiplayer only and it didn't really have good matchmaking. So players would go online and sometimes encounter players that were very, very good at the game, and so they might get frustrated. We did not want to make it just a tutorial. That's a cop-out. We wanted people to be able to have the solo experience and have it be something really special that they could go back and play over and over again. And so that's why in my presentation today I talked about, instead of doing standard linear shooter approach, we wanted to create more just combat challenges. So here's a venue, here's an area where you have combat. Here are the toys, the buildings and vehicles and structures that you've got. Solve it how you want to. Defend where you want to, use whatever units, build AI or don't, engage in a lot of shooter gameplay or don't, it's your choice. So that they're hyper replayable combat sandboxes.
Why did you change the name? Because you had a pretty famous brand.
Yeah, we kept the Hawk part of it because there was some equity in the name, but we wanted to change the universe. And as you saw, there's a lot more to the game now than there was in WarHawk. So Sony felt that it was good to keep some of the Hawk name, but change it up because it does take place in the future in kind of a science fiction kind of Western environment. And so the name StarHawk seemed like a good choice. There's a moment, there's a phase right now in the shooter genre where there's a lot of the same thing. It's a lot of first-person shooter, a lot of the same guns sticking out of the right-hand corner of the screen, a lot of the same stuff. And what led us to do Build and Battle for single player and in multiplayer was our way of saying, you know what, let's take a chance, let's try to do something different and give all of these shooter fans something that is going to give them the same fast-paced, visceral shooter action, but give them something new that they can latch onto to try to be competitive in a very competitive genre.
Zo, het zit erop. We hebben StarHawk voor het eerst een paar uur mogen spelen en het was een aangename verrassing. De multiplayer speelt ongelooflijk goed, beter dan zijn voorganger en er is een singleplayer aanwezig. Veel meer wou Sony vandaag niet lossen, maar dat komt volgende maand heus wel op de E3-beurs.